Evening, everyone. If you're just tuning in, welcome to Unity North and our Wednesday night meditation experience. I'm Reverend Richard Burdick, and we're going to get started in just about 5 minutes. I'm going to be playing some music just to set the foundation for the meditation this evening. I invite you to get comfortable, to find a spot in your home where you can just be in a place of comfort and ease. Once again, if you're just tuning in, welcome to Unity North and our Wednesday night meditation experience. This is a time to reflect and to be peaceful, and so I invite you to begin that process as we sing this song, claiming the truth that God is here, God is now, God is all, and God is the life within our heart. Take that affirmation and that prayer into this time of stillness as we sing together. God is here, God is now, God is all, God is the life within my heart. So I see and I feel and I know all is perfect and right in my world. God is here, God is now, God is all, God is the life within my heart. So I see and I feel and I know All is perfect and right in my world. Let's know that together one more time. God is here, God is now, God is all. God is the life within my heart. So I see and I feel and I know all is perfect and right in my world. So, welcome once again. I'm Reverend Richard Burdick, and I'm here with my good friend Michael Burke. And together we create something every Wednesday night. A little bit of poetry, a little bit of chanting, a little bit of stillness and guided meditation. But it's all with a common purpose, to remember who we are. All of us, as one humanity, as one world. So welcome into that energy here this evening. In the midst of the turmoil that we are all in right now, and there seems to be a lot of it, both externally and internally, we have been forced to kind of slow down. Quarantines have caused us to have to go inward. But the turmoil that was on the outside, the hustle and the bustle and the movement and the stirring and the busyness of the outside has just kind of transferred energy, and it's been brought into our households. And it's showing up as deep emotion. It's showing up as a lot of angst, anger, and conflict, opinions that are conflicting. We've just taken the outside and we brought it to the inside, where it didn't really belong to begin with. And so tonight is about clearing the house of the mind, clearing the house of our heart, clearing the house of our home itself, that the only energy that is allowed into that space is the energy of peace and stillness. So tonight is about patiently waiting in presence, waiting in a state of being for whatever might be next. So many people are concerned and worried about what's going to happen what's next, when is this going to be over, or when is this going to happen? And it's perpetually keeping us in a state of the future, which is not where God lives. God is here, as the song said. God is now, and God is only here and now. So tonight is about creating a space of patience, of being, of stillness, a place of understanding the power of now, the power of simply waiting in a state of oneness for the only thing that matters, and that is the power and the presence of God. We read in the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 31. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with the wings as eagles, and they shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not grow faint. Lest we fall and stumble on this earthly journey, let us simply wait upon the Lord, the law, the presence, the angelic forces that are waiting for us to let them into the house as we get rid of that which does not belong in the house. And so I ask you a question before we go into our first chant and our first reading. Could it be that all that we desire, everything that we desire, and all the energy that we need to fulfill those desires is found more readily in our patience, in our waiting, and in our stillness? Breathe that in. Could it be that when we feel most alone, most lost, that what is called for is not more action, not more doing, but a lot more stillness and a lot more being? Take a deep breath with me. And take yet another deep breath as you begin the journey to the inner sanctuary of your very being. Let that breath lead you to a place of now. Let that breath lead you to a place of being, a place of peace. Let it open up the doorway to throw out that which does not belong. And our first reading is called Lost.
Stand still. Stand still. The trees ahead and bushes beside you are not lost. Wherever you are is called here. Here. And you must treat it as a powerful stranger. Must ask permission to know it and to be known. The forest breathes. Listen. It answers. I have made this place around you. If you leave it, you may come back again, saying, here, here. No two trees are the same to the raven. No two branches are the same to the wren. If what a tree or a bush does is lost on you, you are surely lost. Stand still. Stand still. The forest knows. The forest knows where you are. You must let it find you. You must let it find you.
We are here, right now, here. And we stand completely still. No time, no effort, no need. Just still and here now. Let's breathe together once again. Take one breath to simply let go of that which doesn't belong. And one breath to be here right now. One breath to ask, what now? And with each breath, God is near and God is here. I take one breath to let go. One breath to be here. One breath to ask what now. With each breath, God is near. I take one breath to let go. One breath to be here. One breath to ask what now. With each breath, God is here. All that matters right now is breath, is presence, is stillness. I take one breath to let go. One breath to be here. One breath to ask what now. With each breath, God is near. I take one breath to let go. One breath to be here. One breath to ask what now. With each breath, God is here. With each breath, God is here. With each breath, God is here. Let us wait patiently.
Patience. Patience is one virtue so rare that it is often missing in our daily affair. Patience. Patience is a companion of wisdom. He who has it stands among kings in any kingdom. It is a habit that cannot be thrown out of the window. Without it, you live in a place of limbo. Patience. Patience is not just how long we wait, but how we behave while we wait. It is a virtue of grace put together to make a pretty face. 1 year of patience, 1 year of patience equals 10 years of peace. Patience. Patience is the key to contentment that locks every gate of resentment. 1 ounce of patience. 1 ounce of patience is more than pounds and pounds of brains. Investing in the bank of patience yields no loss, but more and more gains. Patience. Patience makes lighter what impatience may not heal. Driving through a narrow road, but on a balance wheel. A heart fueled with patience drives with an unseen speed. It might be a sour fruit, but within it is a sweet seed. Within it is a sweet, sweet seed. Patience. Patience is truly, truly a virtue. Acquire it if you can. It will make you a good father, a better mother, and a perfect human.
Let us sit patiently in our first period of silence. Life is our teacher. It teaches us so much. And your life is the desk within the classroom. And we either sit at our desk, poised to learn in the moment, in the classroom of the now, or we sit squirming, fidgeting around, waiting for the bell, for the next adventure, for the next happening, or for school to let out. Right now, just sit at the desk of your life, at the teacher of your life, and be very, very present. Our greatest education of God will only be found by patiently sitting at our desk and open to all that the teacher has to offer us. What is life as the teacher offering you? I am present to life. I am present to life. I am present to all that is. I am present to life. I am present to life. I am present to all that is. And as I am, I know God. And as I am, I know God. Please sing with me. I am present to life. I am present to life. I am present to all that is. I am present to life. I am present to life. I am present to all that is. And as I am, I know God. And as I am, I know God. And as I am, I know love. And as I am, I know peace. And as I am, I know God. And as I am, I know God.
Now we will count to 12. And we will all keep still. For once on the face of the earth, we will all keep still. Let's not speak any language. Let's stop for a second and not move our arms so much. It would be an exotic moment, without rush, without engines, we would all be together in a sudden strangeness. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would not look at his hurt hands. Those who prepare green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire, victories with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade, doing nothing. Doing nothing. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no trunk with death. If we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving, and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. Perhaps the earth can teach us, as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. Now, I'll count up to 12. And you keep quiet. And I will go.
Let us sit for our second period of silence, doing nothing and being everything. Oh, how sweet, how sweet, how sweet it feels to let go of everything and to be everything. A peace that surpasses understanding. A peace that is less concerned with what is happening in the external world. And a sweet peace that is only concerned with the internal world. In this place, we give up judgment. We give up any need to control, to manipulate, to grasp, and to hold. No resistance. No push or shove. No left or right, up or down. Just a soul freed from the bonds of earthly distractions. And so repeat after me. I give up judgment. I give up I give up resistance and free my soul. I give up judgment. I give up control. I give up resistance and free my soul. I give up judgment. I give up control. I give up resistance and free my soul. Please join me. Judgment. I give up judgment, control. I give up control, resistance. I give up resistance and free my soul, and free my soul. I give up judgment. I give up control. I give up resistance and free my soul, and free my soul, and free my soul.
The way of the ladder. I cursed my faults, and my truth laughed. For it was my perception that saw me unworthy, even though it was buried under countless incarnations of confused discontent. My truth laughed as it showed me in the very dawning of day, the rising of light, that all my perceived faults were rungs on a ladder of love. Some wide enough for me to dance upon, some narrow, as if to balance, and only balance seemed to matter. Some were slippery, as if I were meant to slide on by, not noticing the passing signs, only to arrive at a dangerous precipice that I had neglected to see. And this always requires a leap or a reversal upon my ascension. I choose the leap every time. Every time. For if I am to fly, so be it now. And if I am to fall, I would rather go down swift, like an unexpected wink or a sonic boom. For in the fall, I find my parachute can only be inflated by the exhale of my doubt. I will not go down slow, rung by rung. If I am meant to fall, I will do it at a pace so brisk that the commitment alone will instigate ascension. For it is in our death to all doubt that we are given life at every level, every plateau, every dimension. I am no longer concerned by my rise or by my fall. Upon the ladder of my awakening. For in truth, my truth, God, enlightenment, nirvana, the Christ consciousness that inspires my very ascension, this truth knows that I am not on the ladder. I am the ladder. Forever climbing myself to reach a place I already am. I shall now rest. I shall now rest and receive on every rung of me, and assist myself upon each and every step. I am not ascending. I am the ascension itself. I am no longer in the way. I am the way.
Sit for a longer period of silence, right where you are, being the way. How beautiful it is to know that no matter where we are on this ladder of life, there we are. There God is. In this momentary oasis and respite from the cares of the classroom and of life, is not just a fleeting moment, but a great remembrance of what is true, what is eternal, that which is constant, that which is you that which is me, that which is us. This deep sense of calm and serenity, this placid place, this pastoral place of peace that we feel now never leaves us. No matter where we are or who we are with, no matter what is happening around us, no matter the emotions or the thoughts that are bouncing around, that flow of the river of God itself does not stop, cannot be dammed up. It will make its way home, and it always does, and it always has, and it always will. By the banks of this river where we have spent just a few moments this evening, the river flows home. By the banks of the river that we have shared here this evening, we transcend the stones, the blocks, the distractions. And so, like the river, as one with the river, let us affirm together, so do I. So do I. By the banks of the river, the water flows home. By the banks of the river, we transcend the stones. By the banks of the river, the water flows home. So do I. So do I. Please join me in heart and intention. By the banks of the river, the water flows home. By the banks of the river, we transcend the stones. By the banks of the river, the water flows home. So do I. So do I. By the banks of the river, the water flows home. By the banks of the river, we transcend the stones. By the banks of the river, the water flows home. So do I. So do I. By the banks of the river, the water flows home. By the banks of the river, we transcend the stones. By the banks of the river, the water flows home. And so do I. So do I. So do I. So do I. Let this final piece be our sacred vow and pledge to always live and breathe and have our being at the banks of the river of peace, of love, of God.
This moment humanity is going through can now be seen as a portal, as a hole. The decision to fall into the hole or go through the portal is up to you. If you repent of the problem and consume the news 24 hours a day with little energy, nervous all the time, with pessimism, you will fall into the hole. But if you take this opportunity to look at yourself, rethink life and death, take care of yourself and others, you will cross the portal. Take care of your homes. Take care of your body. Connect with your spiritual house. When you are taking care of yourselves, you are taking care of everything else. Do not lose the spiritual dimension of this crisis. Have the eagle aspect. Yes, have the eagle aspect, that from above. And see the whole, see more broadly. There is a social demand in this crisis, but there is also a spiritual demand. The two go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. Without the social dimension, we fall into fanaticism. But without the spiritual dimension, we fall into pessimism and lack of meaning. You were prepared to go through this crisis. Take your toolbox and use all the tools available to you. Learn about resistance of the indigenous and African peoples. They have always been and continue to be exterminated. We still haven't stopped singing, dancing, lighting a fire, and having fun. Do not feel guilty about being happy during this difficult time. Do not feel guilty about being happy during this difficult time. You do not help at all being sad and without energy. You help if good things emanate from the universe now. It is through joy that one resists. Also, when the storm passes, each of you will be very important in the reconstruction of this new world. You need to be well and strong. And for that, there is no other way than to maintain a beautiful, happy, and bright vibration. This has nothing to do with alienation. Nothing. This is a resistance strategy. In shamanism, there is a rite of passage called the quest for vision. You spend a few days alone in the forest, without water, without food, without protection. When you cross this portal, you get a new vision of the world because you have faced your fears, your difficulties. This is what is asked of you. This is what is asked of us now. Allow yourself to take advantage of this time to perform your vision-seeking rituals. What world do you want to build for you? For now, this is what you can do. Serenity in the storm. Calm down. Pray every day. Establish a routine to meet the sacred every day. Good things emanate. Yes, good things emanate. And what you emanate now is the most important thing. And let us sing, dance, resist through art, joy, faith, and love. Resist through art, joy, faith, and love. Let us sing, let us dance. Resist. Be reborn. Be reborn.
By the banks of the river, the water flows home. By the banks of the river, we transcend the stones. By the banks of the river, the water flows home. So shall I. So shall I. Take a deep breath with me once again. And to bring from the vast forest where we can never be lost, the inner kingdom of stillness and peace, the inner classroom of stillness and peace, the river of stillness and peace. Call it what you may, it is you. Bring it forth. And as we return to our breath and to the now moment, wherever you happen to be, bring it all with you. And when you do what we have done here this evening, or you've done wherever you happen to be, is the most valuable hour you could have spent. For you are part of the transformation of not only your own life, your own classroom, but of the planet itself. And for this, let us say, thank you, God. Thank you, God. And so with an awareness in our bodies, this beautiful temple, this vehicle by which we bring that inner realm into manifestation. Let every cell be alive with one word, just one word that was spoken here this evening, or one song, or one silence, or one moment. Let it live in you in such a way that life will never be the same again. I want to extend a very personal invitation to each and every one of you. Next week, we will not have our regular Wednesday night meditation service, but we have a meditation of a different sort. Bob Sima and Shannon Plummer are putting on a concert for us, and a meditation as well. There'll be a lot of breathing, a lot of singing, a lot of reflection, and I promise you a wonderful evening. For that particular evening, we are taking sign-ups ahead of time and asking for a donation ahead of time. And there's various levels of what you can get signing up for that event, but I invite you to really take advantage of this great blessing that is being provided for us next Wednesday. On the 29th, that Wednesday night, we're going to be back in the parking lot. We have a wonderful program planned in the back parking lot so we can all be together and be safe and in Mother Nature and hear the birds sing with us as we chant. And it will be a beautiful time that the team is putting together. So mark your calendar for that night, and please go online to sign up for both next Wednesday with Bob Sima and for the parking lot event that will be happening at the end of the month. Right now, I want you to consider if what has happened here this evening, this brief time, this brief oasis by the river of love of Michael Burke and Richard Burdick and this congregation, if it's had value to you, I'm going to invite you to find a way to express monetarily that value. Text to give on Facebook. If you're on Facebook right now, it's really simple. There's an easy way to donate. It's a quick click and a couple more quick clicks, and then it is done. And then we are all singing, thank you, God, that we are living in an abundant universe. You individually and the collective, which is Unity North Atlanta, a spiritual community that's finding its way home together. Or if you are so inclined to send a check in, we are receiving those donations, and we're so incredibly grateful for the generosity that's being expressed. There's checks coming in from here in Atlanta, but there are people that are watching us and watching our stream from all over the country, and they're also contributing to the beautiful work that we are doing here. And I say thank you. Whether you be in New York, Florida, California, Chicago, wherever you are, you make a difference, and we are family with you, and we thank you for participating in that. Just find a way to give and to be in the flow. Right now, I just want to say thank you for the love that you have given to me. Michael, thank you for the love that you provided for this congregation. Richard. Wes, thank you for the love that you provided in the booth. Let's just conclude our evening with the words, and I thank you. I thank you for the love you give to me. And wherever you happen to be, take your hand and place it upon your heart. And know that the beating of my heart right now is right where you are. And we can feel that oneness as we sing. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you give to me. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you let me be. One more time. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you give to me. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you let me be. And I thank you. Spend some time this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the banks of the river. Thanks so much for joining us at the river here this evening. We'll see you at the concert next Wednesday with Bob and Shannon. Have a wonderful evening.